Hello, my friends, and welcome to my broadcast. My name is Emmy, and I go by the name Shakwe Tuya online as well. So, welcome everybody tuning in for the first time, and for my return viewers, I welcome you as well. I want to speak a blessing to you today. May God bless you. May God bless your families. May God bless your friends. May God bless your businesses. May you find peace. May you find joy. May you be lifted up. May you find everything you're looking for. May happiness go before you. May God protect you from your enemies. And may you see victory in your battles. I want to speak today about failure. And I want to start by reading a Bible verse in the book of Isaiah 41 verses 10. This is what it says. New International Version. It says, "Don't be afraid, because I'm with you. Don't be anxious, because I'm your God. I keep on strengthening you. I'm truly helping you, and I'm surely upholding you with my victorious right hand." I just wanted to remind everybody that if you're thinking you're alone, you're not. God is with you. Remember, He said, "I'm with you until the end, until the end, until the end." It might feel sometimes that you're alone, but God is with you. God is with you. Sorry about that. So I want to begin by saying success is finding strength in your pain and in your obstacles. So when you fail over and over and over again, you find strength and then you find success. So I want us to borrow from some people that have succeeded in their craft. We can borrow inspiration from them. Let's look at Michael Jordan. As I Googled today, his net worth is $1.3 billion. That's a lot of money, right? But let's look at what he had to say, or what Michael has to say about failing. This is what he has to say: that I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. We don't think about that when we think about him, right? Because we think about his success, we think about number 23, we think about discipline, we think about excellence. But Michael has some failures. So he says that I have lost more than 300 games, and 26 times have been entrusted to take the winning shot, but I have missed. I have failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. Those are the words of Michael Jordan. So I want to encourage you today, don't be broken. Don't be broken. Don't be broken. Or don't break when you're broken. I know you probably are going through a rough time, or you just came from a rough time. I want to encourage you that you're not alone. You're not alone. And don't feel sorry for yourself, because everybody goes through something. And whatever that you went through, that is your foundation to be strong so that you can get the success. Success is coming. This is what Michael Jordan continues to say, that perhaps when you see, my success, I don't want you to see it that way. That I've also had hard work, that I've also had failures, that I've also had a lot of pain. These are some of his words. He said that maybe it's my fault. I let you believe that it was easy. Maybe I let you think that my highlights started at the free throw line and not at the gym. So nobody talks about him being in the gym. Maybe I let you think that every shot that I took was a game winner. I let you believe that my game was built on flash and not fire. Perhaps you're going through fire today. Those words are for you. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. I let you believe that it was all a gift and not something that I worked for every single day. So those words are for you if you're going through a hard time. Michael had to go through fire. And if Michael can overcome and come out on the other side, you too, my friend, can overcome. You might not get the $1.3 billion in your life, but you can succeed in what you want to do. So keeping on because God is with you. I also want us to borrow inspiration from Barack Obama. I love Barack. You know, this is what Barack said, that when I was 39, I was broke after running a losing campaign. I questioned whether I should continue. How many times do we get there? I have been there sometimes in my life. So we are all the same, right? We go through the same emotions. So this is what Barack continues to say, that my credit card declined. This was the year 2000. And I was denied entry to the Democratic National Convention, one of the parties that he wanted to attend. Because no one knew who I was. But I was willing to give it the last shot. That's what he said. Some of my advisors, he continues to say, that had doubts that a candidate by Barack Hussein Obama, by that name, could ever win or could ever become a U.S. senator in that time, in 2004. But of course we know what happened. In 2004, he won with a landslide. And in 2008, he became the first U.S. African American president. And in 2012, he won the re-election. See, we all go through the same emotions. Barack here, can you imagine his credit card being declined? How many times have you had your credit card declined at some point? So don't give up, because we all go through the same thing. The difference between me and those who succeed, the difference between all of us and those who succeed is those who succeed do not give up. So I don't want you to give up. You know, people thought that name will never make it in the US. But today that name, to get that name, or to get that person to come and speak to you in your event, you have to pay $400,000 an hour. That name is worth $400,000 an hour today. So I came here today to just encourage you to keeping on. We can also borrow inspiration from Abraham Lincoln. If you've read Abraham Lincoln's story, you'll find that this is somebody who failed and so many defeats in his life. So in 1831, he started a business and failed. 1 year later, he ran to become a state legislator, but he failed. He tried another business 1 year later and failed. 1 year later, his fiancée died. And then 2 years later, he had a nervous breakdown, and you would think he would have just given up, but he didn't. 2 years later, he ran for Congress and was defeated. And then 1848, about 3 years later, he ran again for Congress. Guess what? He was defeated. And then 3 years later, he ran for a Senate seat, and he didn't win. He lost. And then 1 year later, you would think this guy would give up, right? 1856, he ran as a vice president and lost. Oh my goodness, I'm even getting tired just reading his losses. But his losses were lessons for him. Lessons for him. Finally, in 1860, 4 years later, he was elected to become the president of the U.S. And this is the man that led the end of slavery, because he didn't give up. He didn't give up. So my message today to you is don't give up. Do not be afraid of failure. It's part of the game. You can be climbing a mountain and wanting to be at the top without expecting to fall, without expecting a slippery. You can't just be wanting success without failure. Remember, in your hard times, God is with you. God is with you until the end. Like Thomas Edison said, that I have not failed, but I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. So I want you to see failure as lessons. It's all lessons. All lessons preparing us for success. So whatever you're pursuing today, keeping on. Don't worry about rejection. Don't worry about what others say. Someday your breakthrough will come. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you have a very wonderful week. God bless you, and I love you all.